I'm going to come completely clean. So I have never seen any of the Into the Dark Hulu episodic anthology series before, and so this is going to be the first one that I review for this channel. What's also interesting is that these aren't necessarily films, they are teleplays, and so we are to see it as an episode of horror that we are watching over a course of a film runtime. But also TV episodes can be just as long, so it does depend. So I'm not going to call it a movie review, but I will be titling it Tentacles Hulu Anthology Series Review, something like that. So just be on the lookout for the different title. But either way, we're still going to be talking about it and diving into what goes on in this film because there is a lot in such a short runtime. And so I did not know what to expect going into my first Into the Dark episode. Our main characters become a couple really early on in this film. So there is Tara and then there is Sam. And they meet very unconventionally, but for the perfect horror setup, they meet at an open house. Now, it is a lot better than the open house movie on Netflix, I will say that. But they both have very bagged pasts. One is more, I guess, sinister than the other. And so from there, that's how our characters bond so easily. But it's weird because they do keep that from each other. And they don't necessarily open up to each other right away, like you think they would after meeting so quickly. For Tara, she has a stalker that is stalking her throughout the entire film. And I am going to probably butcher that name and say it in a different way each time. But then Sam is suffering a loss that he has been for a while now and still kind of has nightmares from the most recent loss of his life. And it is a big one. And so they both know that they can't go through life alone. I mean, who would want to if they were being stalked, or who would want to after such a big loss? And so I think that's why they find each other so easily, and it doesn't seem awkward because they think that this is their new normal, that they have to always be around someone. But the thing is that they constantly are destroying their own relationships that they have outside of their relationship. And so you see that with Sam and someone he knows in the film, and you see that with Tara and some of the hinted mystery that is going on in the film. Now, being as is, they are a new couple, it is inevitable that they are going to have sex, and lots of it. And so even in the description of this teleplay, there is a part where it says this is a psychosexual thriller, and it very much is exactly that. The two characters feel most comfortable when they are having any kind of sexual encounters with each other. What I liked about the short runtime is that the stakes are continuing to get raised for both of them. So we really start to see the Tara stalker take a toll on her, and we also start to see Sam's stress piling up in ways we didn't necessarily expect, but then as it starts to go on, we start to connect that there may be something more sinister to their relationship instead of being so pure and so open and honest, and we start to uncover the truth that maybe both of them are maybe not suffering from a real trauma, like some of it is, but not all of it, and maybe some of it is from an actual paranoia that they themselves have been developing over time. And then once they got into their relationship, it's just kind of continued to spiral out of control. Again, earlier I did say that going into the film I didn't know what to expect, but I guess that was somewhat of a white lie because the title does basically give away a little bit too much. And I will not say what the actual spoiler is, but I should have guessed it because as the episode goes on, you do start to guess what is going to happen on both sides and what both characters are going through. What I liked as well is when things really do start to become split and their relationship doesn't become as steady as it was from the beginning, you do decide whether or not they are going to work their situation out together or if they are going to break up and what that means for the both of them. Do they want to break up? Do they not want to break up? But it's very clear that something is going to happen whether they stay together or if they are no longer together. And that wasn't a question as well that was going to be asked from the beginning of the film, but as it goes on, You start to really see the game that both of them are playing. And in all honesty, to wrap this review up, the real reason why I did not love this first entry into the Dark is that I did not simply care about the characters or the horror aspect that the film or that the episode explores. And I know that may seem like a cop-out reason, but at the same time, like, that is the main reason why most films or TV that don't affect me in an emotional way that I want it to, it's mainly for that reason. Overall, though, I can't say that I didn't have fun. I did have fun with it. So with that being said, the overall 100% score out of 100% is going to be a little rough, and so is my Letterboxd review, but they still stand. I'm going to be giving this film on Letterboxd a 1 star out of 5, and then I'm going to be giving it a 28% out of 100. I would still recommend watching it, though, if you haven't seen any of the Into the Dark, and I will be trying to go back and watch those as well, and maybe do a ranking video of them later on in this channel, so we'll see. If you guys want that, let me know. And yeah, that's all I can say for Tentacles, and had a lot of fun with it, surprisingly, even though I don't like it. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.